Springfield Wildcats hosting the Kettering Fairmont Firebirds and the team. Well, Fairmont's out there, and our Springfield Wildcats heading out of the locker room and will be on the field very, very shortly. All right, shall we? Let's move ahead and check the officials tonight. Brought to you by Greater Ohio Eye Surgeons and Gary, Men in Stripes.
Well, the Men in Stripes tonight, referee out there with the white hat is Roger Smith. And our umpire, David Wade, line judge, Vinny Carrozza, back judge, Andy Stage, center judge, Dale Cox, and our head linesman is Rick Delaney.
And the band playing, and we're just about ready for them to run, and here they come. Our Springfield Wildcats trying to put the big dot on the I for the National East and win it outright by going 4-0 tonight. But they need a victory, and a victory would guarantee them pretty much, Gary, a home field advantage for the first ball game of the playoffs.
And they would love to have that. And this is the time of year. We were down there in Kettering last year when we had the same weather, the same storm, and we had the pleasure to have John Legend in our press box at halftime. Had a great interview with him. But in that game, they came up on the short side. That took them out of the playoffs.
7-3, as a matter of fact. So I guess if you've got a revenge factor, maybe that's something that we're looking at. And ladies and gentlemen, we are just about ready for the national anthem. The color guard will be heading out onto the field, as you can see them right there. As they are heading out to the field and the national anthem. And then we will be ready for some high school football, as it will be Fairmont, who is 1-2, I think, in the league play, but they've got a pretty good record of 7-2. And they beat some big ball clubs this year.
Well, they kicked off that first year, first game to this year, and they ended up beating Alter. Alter went on a big run just like they did last year.
And Alter is one loss.
That's loss. All. And that's the same identical thing as last season. And then they went ahead and lost. Here's our national anthem.
National anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, we are just about ready for kickoff action. Gary and I were watching for the coin flip, which they did earlier, and the deal was the officials came out and they had black jackets on. It kind of blended in with everything on the field, and we think that Springfield will be getting the opening kickoff.
Well, if you look at this camera shot right here, it looks like it might have stopped raining just a tad, because it was, well, you can kind of still see it.
Yeah, it's still coming
I was being too hopeful, I guess. But we got to give kudos to the camera people outside tonight, because it's going to be a little bit chilly, and they do such a great job out there with all their great shots. From right now, you can see this coming right at Bruce down in the end zone there.
Yeah, but he's a big old tough man down there.
He's one of those burly guys, right? Now, this is interesting tonight. We have 6 officials out there. We got a center judge, and you really don't see that too often.
No,
you usually have a referee, umpire, line judge, back judge, but we got a center judge and a head linesman. And we're about set to go. Looks like somebody's going to go back there to receive.
And who is it? Larry Stevens heading back. And also Michael Brown Stevens, John Legend's nephew, I guess. And he's heading back. He'll be playing deep back at the 10-yard line. And we are just about ready to go, as Fairmont will be booting the football off. And we've got high school football action, the last, that's hard for me to say, the last regular season game of the year.
You look at Springfield, points for 25 points, points against 13. And for Fairmont, really close. Points for 27, points against 18 under head coach Dave Miller. And, of course, Mo Douglas for Springfield.
Asher Ram is going to be kicking off for Fairmont. He kicks the field goals. He's 4 of 5, and there we go. Low line drive kick. Picked up at the 20-yard line, 25-yard line. Nice little stutter step at the 30 and being run out of bounds. Well, he was hit pretty hard going out of bounds, and we were talking about Larry Stevens.
And he was tagged by Aaron Jackson just a little bit. Now watch this. Boom.
And he's out of bounds.
But the referee's right there, and I think he was trying to save his own feet. Didn't have time to throw that flag.
That is something that Gary Littell would do if he's down on the field.
Trust me, I've been down there on the field. Trust me. And there was an official lying prone on that field.
That's funny. All right, Springfield is ready to go as they head out. And they are ready to go offensively. Quarterback Raheem Moss. He's got one running back standing right next to him. As you can see, 4 men up front for Fairmont. Moss with it. And we'll pick up maybe 2 or 3 yards on that play as the whole right side of that Fairmont defense came in on that.
Well, what you got to see, and you're going to see all night long, is Jonas Smith will be shooting through there. He's a defensive end. Keep your eye out for him. That's number 35 of. And these guys, Fairmont is, like you can see, points against, 18 points against the game. So they play some really strong defense with that strong 4 up front.
Tavion Smoots in the backfield along with Moss. As Moss checking that strap. Man heading in motion. Handing the ball off over to the right side, picking up some nice running room. He did a lot of that on his own and pushed everybody past the 50-yard line. That was Tavion Smoot.
And Garrett Baker with the tackle coming right there in on the end and drops him down on the ground. It's enough for a first down.
And Springfield playing a little bit quicker on offense. They're up to the line of scrimmage, ready to go as they look over to the sidelines. Get that play. Michael Brown-Stevens in the backfield calling the signals. The Wildcat heading to the sidelines, and he's not going to go anywhere. Pushed out of bounds right at the 50-yard line, and he's going to lose himself a yard, making it 2nd down and 11.
Yeah, and that's what Fairmont wants to do. Don't let them get to that outside edge. And scooting across there was Evan Overholser, just ran him out of bounds, and he actually lost a yard late.
Yeah, sure did. So it's a 2nd down and 11. They've got to get the ball just inside the 40. Down to about the 39-yard line of Fairmont. You've got receivers to the top of the screen, one to the bottom of the screen, as I think they're having a wrestling match next to us in the booth.
Wanted to pitch, ball is down.
Yeah, wow. It's loose. Who's got it? There. Fairmont. Fairmont comes up with the football, and you can't have them doing that tonight.
And coming up with that football is number 8. Here we go. Bobbles it. Actually, it was almost stolen. And the ball is recovered by Cahill Jones-Whitaker.
Yeah,
I believe number 8 at the bottom, I think.
But watch this if they show it again. Zachary Snodgrass almost took the handoff. And here we go. He's look at him right there.
Left hand knocked it out of his hand. Yep. So there they go. Fairmont's in great field position at the, 46-yard line?
46-yard line. 1st down, 10 yards to go. And again, we've got number 21. I'll be looking all over the place for Jesse DeGlow. He starts in motion. Now he gets set up. I formation. With the football and keeping it is the quarterback, who is actually the 2nd leading rusher on the football team. And he'll take it for a nice gain down to the 41. Option offense is set up, and that being Brayton Miller. Brayton, as we had mentioned, 577 yards rushing, so he certainly can run the football. But passing, he's only 8 for 23. That's all season long for 120 yards.
Not really in a hurry, letting that play clock run down to 9 seconds here.
DeGlow is in the backfield, man coming in motion to this near side. DeGlow gets the handoff and is fighting for yardage. There's a little bit of pushing and shoving going on in there with the lineman. as the ball gets down to about the 30.
Goes off right tackle
line.
here and just kind of does a backflip,
Yeah.
backs his way in.
38-yard line. It's going to be third down and a couple of yards to go, 3 yards to go for the first down. As they look over to the sideline, and Gary, you're right, it's play clock is all the way down to 15, and they're still talking things over amongst each other. Then they look over to the sideline again.
Very similar offense as what Springfield has.
Braden Miller up underneath center. DeGlow is in the backfield. DeGlow takes the football and is, well, let's see where they give it to him.
He's popped by number 21. Ross Sherrock came through there. His knee went down, so he can't really advance it, but he got a good spot there.
Well, he got an excellent spot. I thought he was about a yard and a half shorter than what it was. So
that's a first down.
Yeah, first down right at the 35-yard line. I thought he was down at about the 36.
Yeah, unless they were down there on the field, didn't see his knee go down or didn't say it went down. But that was a pretty good spot there for Fairmont.
Yeah, very good spot for Fairmont.
There's a good look at number 52 there. Pretty big body coming at you, Zerion Exxon. And that's 290 coming at you as a junior defensive lineman.
Now this is going to be an
official timeout here.
Timeout. Yeah.
See what he's got here.
Yeah, nothing. They just
start the clock.
Yeah, they wind it again. As it's down to a 22 seconds, so plenty of time on the play clock. As in their quarterback is Miller.
Oh, we got a flag there.
Yeah, we've got some people moving around. The man in motion.
I liked when he stopped.
Aaron Jackson.
There must be a technicality there somehow. Oh, it's offsides against. It was not that motion, is what I thought.
Oh, that's what I thought it was. Yeah.
It's going to be against Springfield.
Offsides.
Yep.
So it's going to bring up first down, but first down and only 5 yards to go. This is a great way. You can do anything on this and try to get away with it. And that's even a pass in the end zone.
And when you have Jesse DeGlow in the backfield, that makes 5 yards is nothing for him, usually averaging somewhere around 7 yards a carry.
You're absolutely right, Gary. I think it's 7.1 or something like that. Miller up underneath.
He's
center.
got the ball again.
Yeah, DeGlow's got it again over that left side. And we've got a little bit of pushing and shoving out there on the far side of the field. Chris Thompson from Fairmont was getting
there it is. Now watch him go off the left side here. Finds that hole, doesn't find it there, comes back. He probably would have been better off standing with that first hole instead of cutting back.
Yeah, you're right. But he cut back into the tacklers of Springfield. Second down and 2 yards to go. Ball at the 27-yard line. Play clock down to 14, and they're still kind of taking their time. They're doing what Springfield did a couple of weeks ago when we saw them play. DeGlow, the only running back in the backfield. Man coming to motion in the near side. DeGlow gets it.
Boy,
he's got to get
smothered
down to the 25, and
he is smothered.
Boy, he is.
Coming up there. Guess who that is? Isaiah Gibson, number 75, and he's headed. Watch him come up. Bear hug. Glad to meet you.
Bear hug. Yeah.
And I've heard a lot about you, but I'm going to Kentucky.
They've got a few of these players for Springfield going to D1 schools. Well, not really D1 schools, but, yeah, the big boy schools.
Third down and short. Look at this.
26-yard line, 3rd and 1. Well, they're taking their time, too. They're down to 7 seconds now.
Now, did they give that on the forward progress right there?
I think they
must have.
Yeah.
And he's going to be hammered again. Boy, oh boy. Welcome to Springfield. Isaiah Gibson.
Said hello, and Miller took the ball and went a nosedive. Watch this.
And he grabs him and
shaboom.
That's a big hit. I don't know if we, but it's going to be 4th down. Now we saw a kicker, but they're going for it here.
They're only inches short.
Yeah, and they only picked up that wasn't even a half a yard there, but here we go. Now look at the backfield. There's some big boys in there that are right in front of DeGlow.
Well, he's going to get some blocking anyway.
Sherrock's 200 pounds. He's right there with him.
This is the real I formation. And DeGlow gets it. He's got it and more.
Oh, he fumbled.
But did the ground cause it?
Yeah,
I think it did.
He was down.
And that always seems to happen, especially. Oh, go ahead, Gary.
No, I wanted to see if you'll see the snap. And watch his last effort. What he always does is he goes a little boom and then a little kick forward.
Oh, that ball was out before.
That ball was out. Right there. That's out. And he's not down.
Unless his elbow. Did his elbow hit?
I don't think his elbow hit.
Okay, all right.
Let's see if they show it to us again. But I think that ball was out.
Yeah, it was. Ball at the 23-yard line. First down, 10 yards to go for Fairmont, who has started this drive after a miscue by Springfield. Fake the pitch, trying to run with the football, and Miller's going to see nothing but jerseys with Wildcats on them. Was that Gibson in there again?
Yeah, that's 3 tackles for him, and that's a sack there.
And also
watch here, he rolls back, tries to fake that pitch, comes around to the right side like he's going to pass and says, uh-oh, we got some big guys coming my way.
And there was C.J. He stopped him.
Yeah, and then right down on the bottom, C.J. McDavid, and then, of course, Isaiah Gibson. So we're already at 5 minutes in this first quarter.
Down to 5 minutes left. Second down, 13 yards to go. Play clock down to 12 seconds. I'm going to keep a close eye on that play clock because I think they're kind of just playing with fire there if they take that long.
Well, we talked about that with Springfield,
yeah.
And they've picked it up a little bit. I think what happens is it gives your defense a little time to rest and get that the fresh breather there. Stopped again by the defense playing some good ball in there. Number 57 shooting through there is Jokel Brown.
So Miller picked up, what did he pick up? Nothing. He was stopped maybe a yard.
Now see if they go to the air here. Pretty much have to. It's going to be a pitch to DeGlow.
Here comes DeGlow. He's got a little bit of running room, and no,
man.
He's not going to go anywhere.
He is stopped right in his tracks there. Gets up a little gingerly, and coming up with that tackle is just shooting through there. Now watch this pitch, and watch the defender come through here, shoots through the right side, and then look at that shoestring, trips him up, but then he's followed up with Stinnett, who comes in there, and 21 in there as well.
Who was the first player? Because he actually stopped him from going wide.
Ross Sherrock came in there and finished it up. So there's fourth down, and they're going to do this field goal, Lee. We saw them kicking. The weather is not great out there.
But Asher Ram is 4 of 5 from field goal range. He'll be getting this one away at about the 27-yard line, so 37 yards on the kick. High snap. Here comes the rush, and keeping the football is Miller. Miller's all the way down to the 15.
And he's got the first
down.
toward
the 10 and the first down.
Well, let's see where they mark that.
Oh, yeah. He had to get down to about, the way it looked, about the 12.
Look, they're going to probably have to measure this because he's standing right there at the marker, if I'm not mistaken, to watch. Boom, and he's down. Where does that...
I'd say about the 12-yard line.
That's a pretty good spot, but it's a pretty...
You're right. They're going to measure, Gary.
Yeah, it's a pretty good spot where they did it. It was a pretty good call, but I would guess he's just a little bit... he has that first down by maybe a half a football, but it's hard to tell from this angle.
Yeah, it is.
But what a nice play. What a gutsy play for Fairmont. Fourth down. Of course, down at that end of the field, it's not as good as a punt.
Why not? All right, they're going to stretch the chain.
And Springfield hopes there's more links in there than they had to begin the game.
One or two more. Wait a minute. He may be
there's the link.
Oh, it came apart.
So they're going to add some more links. That's the first time I've ever seen that. That's fun. All right, now it's going to be short, right? No, he's going to be long. His first down. Oh, look at that.
Well, he got it by just a half a football.
That's where you need a slinky. Watch this. Here it is. Replay of this. This is a great shot from our truck. We've never had this. Highlights tonight.
See, I didn't see it first go, and he's pulling it, and I'm going, well, he's short.
Oh, what a gutsy play, though, again, by Fairmont. First and goal.
Well, let's see.
No, not first and goal. It's first and 10, yeah.
First and 10, and the ball is at about
13?
About the 13-yard line.
Yeah.
So they're going to take it down to about the 3 to get that first down. But first and 10 right now, as Miller keeps the football, goes into the pile, and will get it to about the 10-yard line, and that's going to be about all. He'll pick up a couple of yards there. It looked like a couple of Fairmont Firebirds getting up a little slow.
Look at that clock. It's 3:09 and rolling.
And there's been 2 possessions,
Exactly.
Springfield and Fairmont.
Yep. And Springfield had a half a possession because they fumbled the ball.
You're absolutely right. And Fairmont trying to take advantage of that turnover. 2:54 and second down and 8 yards to go. Play clock down to 11 seconds. Well, they're just really taking their time, aren't they, Gary?
Yeah, you're talking about turnovers, and that's a game like tonight. You just can't have any. There's a draw play right up the middle.
Up the middle, quarterback draw. And it's going to get, where are they going to spot it?
Looks
About
like
the
5-yard line.
Okay, so it's going to be a couple of yards shy. So it's going to be third down and just
now
a
watch,
couple.
he gets hit and dropped right at the 5. One of the problems is that it's not really too big of a problem for Springfield. They can throw the ball, but that's under normal conditions. It's nasty out there, and it's still drizzling. That's probably why they didn't want to attempt that field goal.
Well, and you're not going to bother the offense of Fairmont. They've only thrown the ball about 12 or 23 times this year, and that's about it. And only have 120 yards in passing yards. Man heading in motion. DeGlow gets it. He's got to score. Boy, he took it. I mean, he took it on a full head of steam over that left side, and he was not to be denied.
And this is the kid that we were talking about, 7.2 yards a carry.
Yeah.
And when he gets that hole, he explodes. And, we saw him just have a couple good carries and a couple dives. We had that one where we thought it was a fumble, which it was, but he hits that hole so quickly. Here comes your extra point.
And so far this season, Escher Ram is 26 of 29 from extra point land. In there to hold the ball, Braden Miller. Waits the snap. And again, not a real good snap, but the kick is away, and it is good. So with 1:57 remaining in this first quarter, it's 7-0 Fairmont. Now, Fairmont.
Here's the play, and this is the fumble that led us to the drive where they went down. Had it looks like we were going to kick it. Now watch it off the left side here. Go boom. See that hole? Now watch this. This is the fumble play, okay? And
it's out.
The play that he scored on is that same play. Now watch. That ball is out right.
Oh, it's going right
there.
Yeah.
And is his hand down? Is his hand down?
Doesn't make any difference.
Yep.
He can push off with his hand. It's that elbow or knee.
Yep. And there is the fumble that was not. And
called.
then here's the pitch to the outside that got him real close, brought it back. A couple nice scoring drives or plays here. This is the one that took him right to the 5-yard line. And he's right there at the 5, and then he scoots on into the end zone for the touchdown.
I mean, the hole was there just like it was on the fumble. But
it's the exact same play off that left side, so they got to shore that up.
Is Ram. This one goes bouncing along the ground. Still nobody has it, and finally it is fallen on by Springfield. And falling on that football and not moving is James Wood, the second. Boy, there we go, Gary. Game of the week next week could be what? We'll announce it on Tuesday on the playoff announcement. But Shawnee, which came from nowhere and found themselves in playoff position, play Jonathan Alter. And then we've got ranked number 3 in their region, Division 6, Region 24, is Mechanicsburg. And they play Fairbanks. And then you take a look right here.
Well, with the win tonight, the Indians would play at a home game, and also Springfield.
Springfield would play. And it depends on what everybody does below Springfield. Now, if they would lose, running the football, there's a flag. Oh, nice gaping hole and running away from people and knocked. No, he didn't go out of bounds. He continues. Jeff Tolliver, but is this going to be called back? As he was sprinting this way, everybody's walking back with a penalty apparently going to be called. It's probably some kind of blocking or holding penalty, but we'll see.
Checking out the referee there, Roger Smith. He says it happened back here, so from the spot of the foul, and that was about a 56-yard run there that just is going to come back, and otherwise we'd be close to having a tie game. Here's the call from Roger Smith. And there you go. It's against Springfield.
That's
legal shift is what that was.
But that flag was late for being the legal shift.
Yeah, I thought it was something like maybe a hole.
Yeah.
When you called it seemed like it was late. So look where they move it on that far hash. So that gives more room again on this side here for Springfield. See if they come right back with something very similar of that. Seal off those corners and that outside edge. Right there you're looking at number 35 for Fairmont, and that's Jonas Smith, the defensive end. You seal him, you might have some room to the outside.
We'll see. Ball snap back, low snap. Taken off. There he goes again. This time it wasn't Tolliver. It was Smoot. Smoot leads the team with 802 yards and picked up some nice running room. Got himself about 6 yards on that carry.
Hesitated just a little bit, but anymore you see some big gains when backs hesitate. and then they find that hole and take off. We're kind of used to seeing everybody hit the hole fast.
Yes, but he did. He was now the run prior to that by Tolliver, he just headed to daylight. Wow, that was a nice run. Man coming in motion to the near side. Fake the handoff. Keeping the football is Stephen Brown. And coming this way. And, he's got himself a first down as he dove for Michael Brown-Stevens. As he dove for the 40, and I think they're going to say.
Now on here, watch what happens. He gets this fake handoff.
Yeah.
Tries to go up the middle, takes it to the outside, switches hands, puts the ball in the outside hand. And he gets tripped up, just barely tripped up. Coming through there is Marquise Williams for Fairmont.
You got it out to the 40-yard line. Another nice play. They're able to run the ball so far, Springfield. Michael Brown-Stevens going to call the signals.
45 seconds left to go here.
Hand off the football to Tolliver. Tolliver gets to the line of scrimmage, and that is going to be it. 35 seconds remain on the scoreboard in this first quarter. And we may have seen the last play. It depends on when they get the play clock rolling. And there's 25 seconds. So actually,
it really doesn't matter either way. You're going to be running into the rain.
Yeah.
You can't win here.
Second down and 10. So no gain on that. As Springfield just looking over to the sidelines. And we may have seen our final play.
I think that's good. Well, It looks like they might try to get this off. Let's see.
Well, they got 7 seconds on the scoreboard clock.
And they're going to get it off.
Stevens got it, fakes it. Now he's going to go to the right side. He sees some Fairmont ball players there to tackle, but he cuts back, gets himself a couple of yards, and that is going to do it. The end of the first quarter of action with Fairmont leading 7-0. More action coming up with Fairmont and Springfield on the local TV for me, Sports Network.